Hello, basketball coaches and basketball players. Today I'm going to talk to you about my favorite basketball defenses that I use at the youth level. And I'm going to break it down by elementary school, elementary school, middle school, high school, and then onwards and upwards into the pros. So to start, at the youngest level, the elementary school level, I would say just play man-to-man defense. Get them used to guarding a man. Get them used to the concepts of help defense. And then once you get into that middle school level, that's generally across North America at least, when a lot of different leagues will allow you to start playing zone defense. Now, I have just learned that up here in Canada, the OBL has now allowed any age group to run zone. I'm going to leave my comment out of that, but personally, grade 7, grade 8 is generally the time that you would start teaching them a zone defense. And the zone defense that I would choose is either my own or a 2-3 zone defense. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let me explain really quickly what a 2-3 zone defense is. And then later on in this video, I'll talk to you about my own defense that I use. So in a 2-3 zone, we have 2 players up top, 3 players in the bottom. As you probably already know, this is just going to be a quick refresher. And basically, player 2 guards this area. Player 1 guards the mirrored area of player 2. And then we're going to have player 3 here. We're going to have player 5 in the middle. And then we're also going to be having player 4 out on this wing. Now, anywhere where there's these overlapped areas, what you're going to see is a double team with those 2 players. So, ball is up top. We're going to be having player 1 and 2 double team up top. Ball is over here. We're going to see a double team over here. We're going to be seeing these players going to the edge of their zones. And then same vice versa over on this side. We're going to be seeing these 3 players going to the edges of their zones. Now, another one of my favorites that I personally may only see once or twice a year, or even use once or twice a year, is the box and one. Now, my videos went crazy on the box and one very recently because the Raptors used it on Steph Curry, and they came back in Game 2 at the end of the game and almost came back to win. Now, the box and one, again, is very simple. We're going to have one-on-one with their best player and our best defender. Then we're going to be having a box zone, where we're going to have our players guarding a zone that looks like this. And we're going to be having double teams in those 3 spots. We don't want to have a double team here because that's going to be now pinching and allowing drives along the baseline. We don't want to have that. Some coaches will teach a double team there. I personally do not. Now, if this player goes into an area where there's a player who's guarding a zone, that's going to be a double team. And if the ball is over here, we're going to be guarding sort of like an area like this, because obviously that's his zone, that's his zone, and that's his zone. Now, going up to the high school level, you can run multiple different types of zone defenses. I personally like my own 2 defenses that I use. I also like to kind of mix in a man-to-man defense every once in a while. Now, personally, I run 33 roughly % of the game a man-to-man defense, and then I kind of mix in my 2 zones that I run in the rest of the 60-something %. Now, these are my 2 zones that I personally run. One is called the Unbeatable basketball defense. I have a book on that, and I also have the 4-1 defense, which is kind of a perimeter beating defense. Now, the perimeter beating defense is going to be in a later book. I am writing about it. I have another video actually on this channel. I might, if I remember, link it below. However, both of these defenses are very interesting and do confuse a ton of people. Let's get down to the clipboard. I'll give you a simple, quick overview. I'm not going to explain it because obviously it's in a book and it took a lot of time and effort to perfect this defense, because I have a ton of coaches who I've used to kind of get this defense rocking and rolling the way it is. So let's get down to the clipboard and let me explain it. And we've seen the Milwaukee Bucks actually run this as well. And if I remember, I will put that video down below in the comments section. But basically, this is a defense where everywhere, no matter where the basketball goes, from the free throw line extended and down, is going to be a double team. And it actually does not leave any players open because of how I have the players oriented. It's basically a 1-4 defense, as we seen in that Milwaukee game. Now, that other defense I was talking about is the complete opposite, and the opposite part of it is like this, where we're going to have our 2 guards up top, we're going to have our forwards along the sides, and we're going to be having our center down low. And basically the idea behind this one is from just a foot below the free throw line and up is going to be a double team everywhere. And player 5, he is going to be guarding the key. Now, of course, the downfall to this defense is, of course, the corners, but a lot of teams don't run plays to go down to the corners at the high school level. That's why this works so well. And it's won a championship for a coach over in Italy, and if I remember, I will put the screenshot right now on the screen for you to be able to read the testimonial on that defense, or on this defense. Now, I hope that this basketball defense strategy, tutorial, whatever, helps you win more games. If it does, let us know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys again in another video, which is coming up later today.